Hey guys, it's sorry, it's Ash and P.
Oh my gosh. Hi. Hello.
Hi.
I'm a little bit of a stickler. A stickler. A stickler. There's that word. Pickle.
You're a strict stickler.
Strict stickler. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, did I just step in his piss? That's what I'm thinking, right? Hey guys, it's Ash and P.
No. We're back.
Yeah. Yep. That one. Good thing you can slice. Good thing you can slice. Oh my gosh.
Music is by Dust Bowl Champion. To hear Dust Bowl Champion's newest hits, search Dust Bowl Champion on Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your music. Hey guys, it's Ash and P.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Nice background.
Thanks. I was just like, you know what? Let me decorate really quick. I just got tired of having to worry about what Jason has on his desk. Like, how
I know.
it's not like there's a ton of stuff, but I don't even like it back there showing.
Yeah.
Like just his monitor at all.
Well, we are a couple of days in to the new year.
Yay.
2025. How is the JRFK Jr. diet going so far?
It is going well for me.
Okay. And this is like what, day 2,
day 5.
Day 5. You really did start like on
the first and second I had for dinner, I had something that had preservatives in it. So those 2 days, technically, I guess not. So we're on day 3 then.
Okay.
Right? 3. My family does not like it. I have actually decided that I would be a little nicer to them. I got them a couple of things like what did I get? Oh, I got them, I don't know what those are called. They're like Simply Mills graham cracker type things. Because that has coconut sugar in it. So
Okay.
that's like the only thing in it they shouldn't have. So I was like, I'll be a little bit nice because they're kind of having a hard time going cold turkey.
Okay. So is there like, okay, so for everyone should have already been listening to the previous episodes to know Ashley's on this big kick of it's not just about eating healthy. It's not about losing weight. I mean, you will, and in that process, but it's about cutting out all of these processed foods and things that basically Robert Kennedy Jr. has kind of really been vocal about that's wrong with our foods here in our country. Is that kind of correct? Am I correct?
Well, he's not the person that I listen to when, sorry, it's a little toasty in this studio. He is not the person that I listen to about it, but he did talk a lot about it on a podcast that I listened to him on. So,
Okay. And so like, is there like is this like a book? Is this like a actual diet? Is this just how do you follow? What is this exactly?
so there's not a book that I'm aware of. Maybe there is. Maybe there is something out there. I haven't been able to find it yet. And it's not like a diet of any kind that I'm following. It's just like no added sugars, avoiding processed foods, um just mainly really, I guess, trying to eat I don't know, like, what is it called? Like a whole food or whatever. Basically
Mm-hmm.
like fruits, vegetables, meat, essentially, and not
From
adding.
the ground, from the earth, everything that's
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
except but there's no grain, right? No
Yeah,
wheat.
right. Not eating wheats or grains. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make my family continue on that. I have to look into that part a little bit more. So with wheat belly, that's what I had cut out, and so I was just kind of continuing that. We will see if the boys and Jason have to follow along with that.
Okay, so you sent me a picture of your pantry. You threw everything pretty much out of your pantry that
Mhm.
you had. Um, it's pretty, it's pretty like seasonings and a
Yes.
few foods. Not a
Yes.
whole lot in there for you to
No.
eat.
No, it's it's pretty sad, which I guess I have a lot more storage, so that's great.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, everything is pretty much vegetables and fruit, everything's
Yeah.
kept in the fridge pretty much. So, yeah, I don't have a lot in there. We have mainly seasonings like you saw.
Okay, so tell me a few things. I want to know how, where did all your food go? How did your family feel about when they actually saw you doing it? And what the hell have you guys been eating?
So, okay, the where did the food go? So, luckily, my baby brother, and his family, they eat similar stuff. So, um, their family's much healthier than I am, though. Um, but they have the food. That was nice. And my family, when I was doing it, they weren't around. They were in their rooms. Jason was in the living room, but um I mean, he doesn't care. I get it's like cereals, there were like cup of noodles, um flour, sugar, regular noodles, like Alfredo sauces and stuff like that.
What about your freezer?
Um, oh, the freezer. I haven't even ventured into that area yet.
Oh, okay.
Um, the good thing is there's not a whole lot of, aside from like getting rid of some chicken nuggets and things. I actually should do that so that I can make my brother take those too. Because I have like almost a whole brand new box of Dino Nuggies. I'm sure my niece and nephew eat Dino Nuggies. What kid doesn't love those? um, I feel like most of our freezer is just like frozen veggies, frozen fruits, um, meats. So the kids did go through, because I had told them, you guys, if you guys want to eat it, I gave them like those 2 days when we were having the food that was the preservatives. I was like, get like handle him, take care of it, whatever. Um, it was like something about I'm really gonna miss vanilla yogurt. And Yancey was like, I'll bring some fruit over for you tomorrow to have with it. And he was like, I'm eating that all tonight, which I was like, that's fine because that was the deadline anyway. So yeah, the freezer, I do have to still go through the freezer
So
outside of
your
the
kids have stomach aches and they've just eaten themselves like crazy for 2 days while they
prob
tried to
Yeah, the first and
enjoy
second were
it.
yeah, the first and second were probably rough for them. Um, so yeah, they they have not enjoyed eating as much. So like last night for dinner we had um like chicken salad with, by the way, gross. Um the dressing was Primal Kitchen. I
Hmm.
did not like it. It was
Which one was
disgusting.
it?
And I swear we have had it before. It was the, I think, avocado lime or
Oh, I
cilantro
don't know that I've
lime.
had that one.
It was gross.
We've
I
done
swear we had that one before.
we do their ranch, their Caesar, and their vinaigrette. That's usually the three that I keep on their salad
I
dressings on
I
hand.
feel like I'll
hand.
probably only be able to do their ranch. And then I was like, "Oh." maybe I can do, like this, um, it's like mayo or whatever, um, but it's like a chipotle mayo of theirs. Disgusting.
Oh,
I
they
know
have a
it is.
regular mayo.
Well, I don't need regular mayo. I was gonna use it like so that the kids could dip their veggies in it since I won't have like ranch, but
Oh, but you're just
yeah.
going to buy them the ranch. If do you have
Probably
the right?
won't because
They
they
didn't like
won't
it.
like it. Mm-mm.
My
Yeah.
kids eat it. I
I
don't
know,
think
but
that my kids
you're
notice.
I know that's the thing is your kids weren't grown up on nasty, horrible stuff, so they don't realize that that it could taste like, "Oh, yum, there's sugar in here."
um, I think they probably notice a little bit more of the ketchup difference because there is just so much sugar in ketchup. And
Mhm.
so when they get regular ketchup, it's like so sweet compared to the Primal Kitchen ketchup,
I feel like
which has
Primal
no sugar.
Kitchen ketchup is better. I
I think so
personally like it
too.
better.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But I can see the big difference in those two
Oh, yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, okay, now you can have, I noticed you have canned beans and vegetables though, right? So you can
Mhm.
have canned food. That's not considered processed food.
No. No, there's I mean, some canned stuff would definitely be processed, but, um, it would essentially be like canning your own vegetables at home
Hmm.
kinda thing.
Okay. Okay.
At least, like, the beans that we have, there's not anything added into them, that will keep or that will cause an issue.
So you went to lunch or brunch out today with some
Mhm.
friends, and what did you eat?
I sadly did not get to hit up the dessert table, that was sad. I did not get to, um, have there were some really delicious looking things. It was at I can never pronounce it right, Piazza del Pane
Pane.
or Pane, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
right? So their brunch is delicious, right? So I just
Mm-hmm.
had, like, salmon, prime rib, um, eggs, stuff like that.
Okay, very good
Yeah.
though. Still
It
good.
it was still delicious, yeah, I still
Yeah.
ate plenty,
Yeah.
and might not have dinner, but, but it was just like they all got dessert, and I was kinda sad that I didn't get dessert, but I'm sure it wasn't that great anyway,
Yeah.
you know? I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm just
I'm
telling
not a dessert
myself
person.
that.
I'm not a
I
dessert
know.
person, so I'm always like, yeah, whatever. I don't care about
Yeah,
dessert.
yeah, you don't care about dessert. I'm like, I love dessert. I would love like but I had you know what I hadn't had? I had some potatoes, which I hadn't had potatoes at all. I can have potatoes,
Mm-hmm.
just, like, limited, right? But
Right.
I had potatoes, and I honestly think that that made me start to crave sugar.
Oh, too starchy.
Yeah, because on my way home, I was like, "Oh, I really want some chocolate right now. Oh, it would be so nice to go get ice cream right now."
And you're on your period right now, aren't you?
Mhm. Yep.
Yep. Yep. Me
I
too.
know. You too, huh? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I know.
We still cycle together, even from
Yes.
afar.
It's great.
Not on a bicycle.
No, never on a bicycle for me. I know, and my friends, were talking about walking, like, "Oh, we should like, on some Saturdays, we should go and, like, get coffee and go on a walk or whatever." Not anything, like, aggressive or whatever, just get out, and I'm like, "Yeah, I guess I could go on a walk." Doesn't really sound very appealing, but I also will get FOMO and will be like, "What did I miss while I
Yeah.
wasn't walking with everyone?"
Yeah.
So,
Well, I wish you all of the best on these next endeavors.
thank you. I'm
Um,
sure I'll keep you updated at what I had to tweak, what I had to decide I could not live without. I am a little nervous about, the dairy part of it.
yeah,
You've done no dairy when you did Whole30,
I think it's
but
amazing. I think it actually really changed my body more than anything. Cutting carbs and dairy was huge, huge. I just think that dairy is so delicious, but so bad for us, and especially women. I think it's a very like bloaty mechanism, like
Yeah.
cheese and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of milk or creams a lot, but cheese we do a lot in our house. And so when we have gone through our diets and we've cut out cheese completely, I mean, we make it, it's fine. We do it and we make things work. And there's alternative cheeses that maybe you look into.
Like
But
what?
well, they do. They have vegan cheese.
Oh,
I think one of the really good ones that we used, because usually I cook like Mexican food, and so was like the I want to say it's Siete that does it.
oh, okay.
Um,
I should look at
so
that.
yeah, um, there's a cheese. I want to say it's Siete. But yeah, I mean, go to Sprouts and look at their vegan cheese options. I don't know what else it has in it that maybe you can't have, but um, there are alternatives. And I mean, it's just being creative and thinking outside the box on things. But it's a hard habit to break because I just feel like it's an easy
Oh,
side of your whole ingredients in your meal and things like that. So
yeah.
it's so funny because today we stopped at Costco after church, and I was coming home, and so we're down a fridge. Our fridge outside in the
Completely
garage.
gone?
I don't know, but my husband keeps saying he's going to fix it, and it's still
Oh,
not fixed, which means I'm going to probably have to take care of it this week. I've just been trying to you
give
know,
him time.
yeah.
Let
So
get it done.
yep, I'm giving you the time, giving you the rope, right? What you do with it, it's up to you. Here's the rope. Um, so I'll have to call someone to come out and look at it because he can't fix it. So, but I can at least use the freezer portion. The freezer portion works fine. So we were putting things away, putting groceries away, and I'm like, this fridge on the inside is very limited space. It's not the kind of fridge that I'm used to working with. And so when there was two, it was okay. But now that we're down to one, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have room for everything. And I can't even find everything in this fridge. So anyway, I was in there trying to clear stuff out. And I'm like, well, Tony, here are 3 coffee mates that are from Ashley and Jason that we've
He's
been
gonna
holding
drink
on.
those. He's gonna Did you get rid of them?
Got rid
Good.
of them. They're
Good.
gone.
I'm gonna tell that sucker because
Yep.
the boys and Jason both think, like, I'll just like, when we're not with mom, when we're
Yeah.
not at home,
Yeah.
that's when. So, good.
Yeah.
He actually bought, it's still not okay for him to have, but I am not able to control everything with him. I
Hmm.
won't have it, but, his creamer, he changed his creamer, um, which it's, Simply Bliss,
Okay.
so
Yes.
it's a better for you, but it
Yeah.
still has dairy
Yeah.
and sugar,
Yeah.
so there's that, but, I mean, at least I guess it's a little bit better for you. I don't
Yeah.
know. Cream is what's hard for me. Like, I love cheese, but cream is the hardest part. I feel like because you can use cream in so many different ways, you know? Like, even
But
okay, if we were to make zuppa Toscano, I can't put heavy cream in it.
okay, but you don't cook. So what are you really putting cream in besides your coffee?
Zuppa Toscano,
Okay, the one
one,
thing, one.
if I wanted to make ranch, you have to use cream for ranch. If I was like, "'Kay, I'll make myself a dressing," then I could do that, but everything that
I'm
everything
pretty
that I
sure you
want
can
is good.
figure a recipe out with ranch without cream.
You think I can?
Yeah, I'm pretty
We'll
sure you
see.
can.
We'll see. It can't taste like gross. Like that cilantro lime stuff. Oh. Oh, I was gonna say I should make Jason take it to you guys to for you to try it so you could tell me
On the
what you
plane.
think, but yeah, that's not gonna be a good idea. Yeah, just kidding. Never mind, never mind. It's gross. I mean, you might not think it's gross, but I had to add lemon to it's so thick. 'Cause
Hmm.
their consistency of everything I feel like is pretty thick, so, like, I had to add lemon to it, but then that also kind of, like, cut the weird flavoring of it also for
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Well, we have not gotten into strict dieting and pull back on everything yet because we had friends come into town this week, and so it was like I'm not going to try to do like we just came
No.
off. There's just no way, and so
Yeah.
I told him I was like, let's just wait a second and start it after. So we have not yet. However, I did see a picture of me from this weekend and I was like, oh my Lord, when I start, I'm really
I'm
going to have to start.
going to hurt you. Oh my
Woo!
goodness. Well, I
Woo!
saw a picture of myself today too from brunch, and I was just like, "Ugh, gross."
Yeah. I
So
feel
sad.
like, you know what I feel like? Remember on Wally when those people just like sat like in their chairs and their and their little easy riders and just rode
Yes.
around and they just had like 17
Yes.
body chins and
You do
yeah.
not look like that.
Yeah, I
You
was
do
like,
not look like that.
whoa,
You're so
we
ridiculous.
really just really enjoyed the holidays a little too much, P.
You are so
Um,
crazy because you probably have, like, a difference of 2 pounds or something like that.
well, whatever it is, it shows. So we're going to go ahead and fix that. But I'm giving myself some grace with the way the week has gone. And so
Yes.
we actually didn't go too crazy, but still, I mean, it's still just bad habits of bad greasy foods and eating out, especially
Yeah.
when we're out entertaining and we're eating out and stuff like that. So we did
So
find a
you're gonna
new.
say, "Don't come visit me anymore, anyone?" Your guys aren't allowed to come because
Well, I mean, Jason's gonna have a little realistic, like it's not gonna
Oh,
be, we'll see how it goes with him here. He's gonna be like, thought I was getting away from the crazy.
yeah,
Um,
good.
segment music by Callie Grace. For more of Callie Grace's hits, follow Callie Grace on iTunes and Spotify today. So we found a new restaurant which we can do catering, we can do pickup, and it's really easy to order online. And but it's like Texas barbecue, and
Oh, yeah.
so it's like brisket, burnt ends, pulled pork, sausage, chicken. So really good. And so the kids and I really enjoyed it, and so did our friends. So that was a good little find this weekend.
That's awesome.
I know.
And is any of it going to be, like, healthy?
The food at the new place that we found?
Mhm. I'm sure they do,
Um,
like, veggies too.
they do
The hard
probably.
thing is barbecue sauce.
It's well, but their sauces are all on the side.
Oh,
But the meat was just really good. And like, I mean, to not have to cook a brisket or burnt ends and like be able to go pick it up, and you could do your own sides. We can just
yeah.
order the burnt ends cooked and bring it home and make our own sides. Um, it was just a good little find. I was happy about that one. So
Good. Well, that's
yeah.
nice. That'll be a good spot, like, when you're not feeling like cooking.
I know. I know. And I'm pretty good. I mean, typically I don't mind cooking and I like to go through everything we have. I like to go grocery shopping and then I like to like go through everything we have. And so I'll try to find recipes to make and things. Just like not really recipes. I'm not a recipe person, but just like figuring out like what can I make with this? What can I, how can I spin this? Um and luckily, the girls are pretty good about their eating habits and stuff with it. So we'll kind of see. But yeah, we definitely have to pull it back and rein it in. And now that the holidays are over and all that, but it'll be okay. Tristan goes home, or goes back to school, I should say, later this week. So she's home for a few more days, and then she's going back. And
Do they start
yeah,
next week, or does she start
no,
midweek?
she actually doesn't even start until the Tuesday after Martin Luther King.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they start
Okay.
late.
That's very
Yeah.
late. I know Jason was asking, if she was back at school. He's like, she probably already went back to school. They've probably already gone back." And I'm like, probably not. I mean, our kids haven't even gone back yet, you know?" I'm like,
Yeah.
no." I'm like, "She probably has a little more time actually, because normally
Yeah.
they have a little lengthier break."
Yeah. Yeah.
That's nice.
I know it's been nice. Tony and I really wanted to do one date night while she was still here. I'm not sure we're going to get that in, but
No,
no, I don't think so, but maybe
mm,
next time.
just have her and J-pop watch the kids.
It's no, definitely not this week. I think we're like tapped out of eating out and stuff for a minute.
Everything. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. It's
And I don't want
fine.
to have to I don't want to have to get dressed either. I'm looking forward to like dropping the kids off and then just coming home and working in my office and not having to like get dressed for anything, Like
Yes.
I don't have to
I'm
get
looking
ready.
forward to eventually losing weight and not looking so sadly at having to get dressed just for work. Like, not even that I have to get dressed for anything, but just like putting my jeans on at work for work. I'm like, oh gosh, like that's when I notice that I'm gaining weight the most, is
Yeah,
getting dressed for work. I'm like, gosh, because I can get myself into some leggings real easy when I'm at home, you know?
it's very true. However, I listened to a podcast the other day and I started laughing because they were talking about how sometimes you make chunky choices and
Yeah.
over the holidays I've made a lot of chunky choices. But how you dress and how you carry yourself is so different. Like it makes all of the difference because um, just because you throw on leggings and a bigger shirt, sometimes it actually makes you look bigger
Oh,
than you
yeah.
actually are. But it's like what you're most comfortable, right? So she
Yeah.
was like, ladies, put the leggings away, put them away. And I'm like, oh, but I love me some leggings.
Well,
Um,
you don't look chunky in leggings. I think she's talking to people like myself, which I've tried to stay out of my leggings for a while now, just because I am like, okay, I jiggle so much in them. It's not
oh
cute.
my gosh.
Okay?
I
Seriously.
jiggle.
No, I do jiggle so much. So I'm like, at least my jeans kind of keep a little bit more form. Um, so I have tried to stay away, but this last week I've worn them a lot because I've just been home, you know?
Hmm.
And yeah, they're not cute. Yeah, I do just look bigger, but what are you gonna do? I look
What are
bigger
you
in
going to do?
everything, I feel like. I mean, when you're bigger, it's hard to look smaller, you know?
Well, I just think that I think a lot of it has to do with just the way you see yourself, the
Yeah,
way, not
absolutely.
necessarily the way you are, the way you see yourself and the way you feel
Yes.
about yourself.
Yes, which I think it's a good thing that I don't see myself as a thin, svelte chick, you know? I think that's a good thing because I think I would just be even worse than I am.
Yeah, I know some people like that.
Yeah, I love that. Like, I
Um,
mindset wise so that you feel better about yourself kind of
yeah,
thing. I wish I was like that.
yeah.
But then also at the same time, I'm like, it's really good that I'm not that way. But I do envy that person.
Yeah. Um, well, okay, so we've got some episodes that were just released. By the time
Yes.
this goes to air, we'll have released quite a few episodes. And we want to know from all of our listeners topics that you want to hear, anything that we went over in the first couple of episodes that maybe we weren't clear on or you were unsure of. We've just had a lot of moving pieces in our life. It's been so crazy. Um, it's been very crazy and not a lot of lazy. And
I've been lazy. You have been crazy. I've been lazy.
and so we want to hear from you on things that you want us to talk about and discuss. Maybe it's diving into Ashley's conspiracy theorist 40-year-old self now, because you really have gone a little crazy.
Oh, you just
Uh,
wait because I am like listening to all these podcasts and you just wait. The last couple of episodes we have not had like a conspiracy corner, but I'm getting a lot of intel. That's
okay,
why.
sounds
Mhm.
like that's one of our upcoming episodes,
Yeah,
Conspiracy Corner.
it's great.
Um, I am going to continue. Well, maybe I'll get a little bit better as the year goes on, but I feel like I don't want to say that I like completely bury my head in the sand, but kind of do bury my head in the sand as far as like I know things are just really shitty out there and I just am trying to just live my life and figure out my situation and what affects me come like direct like right now. um and I'm not listening to everything that's out there. um we did just have a lot of devastation. I feel like the year started off very scary already. And I feel like I don't know like what to take of all of it. um I know a friend of ours both kind of threw out the question, do you think they're related? Incidences that happen in New Orleans and in Las Vegas on New Year's. And I just feel like for me, I feel like the sad part is I don't know that we'll ever know the truth about anything
No.
because I don't believe anyone. I don't believe our media. I don't believe whoever wants to get on a mic and speak. I don't believe anyone, when it comes to what really is happening in our country.
Yeah.
And I don't know when that's going to change. And I'm not saying it's just a party situation. I don't think it's one sided.
No.
I don't think it's
Oh
just,
gosh, no.
one party that's, whatever. I just
I
think
don't even
across the
think it's
board.
just an America thing.
No,
It's a lot
absolutely.
of I think there are a
Absolutely.
lot of countries involved. I think maybe not for every little thing, but I think a lot of like the secret stuff is it can involve multiple countries
Yeah. But I
and
mean,
not just a party.
I look at like the drones in New Jersey and all of these things that it's like I just don't know that I believe anything that anyone is saying, and so I don't even know what to make of it. All I know is that I just have to keep trying to do me and my family and live my life with them as best as I can, and keep my head up with this my current surroundings, like what's going on right around me, but I don't know. It's just crazy. It's a wild, wild west out there right now. I feel
It
like, and I
is.
feel like the only thing that I'll say is, and someone posted it and it was so funny because it was so exactly what I was thinking. And it was like, her post was like, 2025 has me, thinking I need to keep my ass at home this year. And I was like, okay, I'm kind of thinking the
Yeah,
same thing. Like, I think I need to park my ass at home for the year because there is some crazy stuff happening and I don't want to be involved in it.
right. Unfortunately, I do feel like it's going to get worse this year. So at home is probably a good idea. It it is so scary. I was, I don't know who I might have been talking to you actually because, um, obviously everyone is familiar with or at least aware of the New Orleans situation on
Mhm.
New Year's Eve, early morning, New Year's Day. Um, and Priscilla's brother and sister-in-law were actually in New Orleans. Thank God
Mhm.
they were already back, from
Yes.
being out for the evening, so they were safe, luckily. But we were talking about it, and I think that's when I mentioned to you that when I was watching the ball drop, I was just thinking, like, I don't think I would want to go to some place like that because
No.
when it's there and they're showing, like, the entire crowd, I'm just thinking that would be a fantastic place for someone to carry out a mass tragedy situation, like,
Right. Right.
just
Right.
so scary. So, and I don't know, was I talking to you?
Yeah, you were. And it's
Yeah.
one of those like it's one of those things where you think like you don't want to live in fear and
Right.
you don't want the others to win by you staying recluse and in fear. However, it is not a place like honestly, I mean I said this, to Tony. I said it's been it's been years since we've only I think been away from Tristan on New Year's once, and it really wasn't that we were away. She was like her and my brother we were all at our family went out of town, and it's like a hotel next to a family owned restaurant. And the restaurant they do kind of like a New Year's party at. And so we left the kids in the hotel and gave them pizza. They're right there, and then we like cross the street and go into the restaurant. And we came back. I think we actually came back right at midnight to like right before midnight to do Happy New Year with her. But I have always had New Year's with my children.
Yeah.
Um, and that stems from when, I was married before, and he would always be out like when we had
Yeah.
the baby, we had Tristan, I was always home with her and he would go out. But it kind of got me to where I was like, I never want to be without my babies. And then as time went on, we just always got used to always being with her on New Year's. And then when we had the littles, we had already had like our home and things. And it was like, let's just have everyone come here and we'll do different parties. We've done pajama parties. We've done small parties. We've done big parties, but everyone can come with their kids. The kids can have fun. We do fun things for them. And even now that we're away from everyone, it was like, the only thing I want to do is go to dinner with my kids and then come home with my kids. I have no desire to be out without my family on New Year's, like without my children. I would never take my children to a party, like not like, I mean, a different at someone's house, that like a friend's house, but I mean, like I would never be out in public with them at midnight, but I just am like, it's kind of been our thing. And I just don't ever see like that need for, oh, we're going to get a babysitter and Tony and I are going to go out at,
Yeah. Yeah,
and
I
I
don't think
also
of New
just feel
Year's like
like
that.
I don't either. And I also just feel like, I know I'm going to sound like an old lady here, but it is very true. And we've talked about this before. Like Tony always says, like, nothing good can come after, like a certain
Yeah.
time at night. And it's like, there's just too many crazies out there. There's people
Oh,
drinking and driving. There's people getting into fights. There's, you know, someone coming up. I mean, there's been, I just talked to one of our friends, and they had gone out for like a girls night out, and they were all having just a good time, whatever. Some drunk girl comes in the girls bathroom and just punches her in the face out of nowhere. I mean, she just was
what?
drunk and she starts going at like trying to keep punching her, and she had to close the stall door to like get her to stop. And then then the drunk girl went to go punch someone else in the face. I mean, she just was like, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
we don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to be, there's just too many crazies, on New Year's Eve
Yeah.
out there. I don't want to be. involved.
Yeah, like,
Thanks.
Hayden, Nancy, was here with us for a good chunk of it. We spent it playing games, and then, we did do our little 2025 goals, so we'll have to talk
Good.
about that.
Yes.
But her parents wanted her home by 10, I think. She ended up staying a little bit later because we were in the middle of a game, but for me, like, I appreciated that because Hayden's gonna be driving her, and so I don't want him out there
Yeah.
when there's crazy people,
Yeah.
and they didn't want her out. 10 is past her normal time that she's allowed to be out anyway, but,
Yeah.
they didn't want her out with all of the other crazy people,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
which I was like, "Well, I appreciate that so much because it scares me." Like, I don't want him out on the road on New Year's Eve,
Right.
like, he got home and it was like, "Okay, great. Thank you." Like, I'm good now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, definitely never a holiday that, we've ever really spent out doing, like, "Oh, we're partying," or anything crazy that I can
Yeah.
remember at least. I mean,
Yeah. We've done cabins. You and I have spent so many New Year's
yeah,
Eves
yeah,
together, our families. Um, and that's that's my jam right there.
yes,
That's
yes,
where I am. Let's spend money on renting a cabin and book it ahead
yeah,
of time and just hang out with friends, and we're
yes.
safe.
Exactly, like,
In our
where
own
no
home.
one's traveling, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or, like, last year all of us were at our friend's house, all of us
Yeah.
stayed the night, and, like, our kids were all together, they all got to have fun, we all got to
Yeah.
have fun, nobody had to worry about driving, any of that, like,
Yeah.
that's what I want to do on a New Year's because
Yeah.
it's just too scary, you just never know,
Yeah.
like, I
Yeah.
mean, like, your brother and sister-in-law, my
Yeah.
goodness,
That was
if
a
they were
very
out,
scary. Yeah. That was
like
very
her
scary.
yeah, your sister-in-law's brother was still out, thank God he
Mhm.
wasn't in that area, but, it's by God's grace that he
It
wasn't,
really is. It really is. I
So,
mean, he said they missed it by like 10 minutes. They would just happen to be further down the road. They had already passed that section of the street, like on their way back. And thank goodness that they were okay. But it is
yeah,
just scary. And that was a scary feeling as a family member to know that they were there and you don't
yeah,
know, I'm calling the next morning going, "Are you guys okay?" And they're not answering. And it's like, heart dropping thinking what could have
yeah,
happened. So,
yeah,
our prayers obviously to everyone, victims, families, and anyone that even just had to witness anything
yeah,
like that and be a part of anything like that. I think even just knowing that, you were there, even if you had left, and by the grace of God, you were not hurt. It's still kind of like it's still something that all of those people will have with them forever.
yeah, yeah, I definitely think, not being there, that's still something that when you're doing things or planning something, for next
Hmm.
year, like, you're
You're gonna think
thinking,
about it.
"Okay,
Yeah.
well, what what if that was my one, like, get out of jail free card?"
Right. Right.
And then it is like you said, then they win, right?
Right. Right.
But yeah, anyone that was around it that wasn't actually injured, still being a witness to it, that's awful, and, PTSD and stuff like that
Hmm.
it's affected a lot of people, and it's horrible. It's a day that, all of us want to just be, "Oh, yay." Sorry, I don't know what's happening here, but it's a new year, like, woohoo, last year's gone. Let's see what's going to happen this year. Let's focus on, like, what I can, do better this year, what I can improve on. And then something like that, just
Yeah.
devastating. And some people don't get to continue this year, and it's horrible. So,
Yeah.
definitely, yes, prayers to everyone that was
Yeah.
affected for sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for listening to us
Yeah.
ramble on again about everything we have going on in our lives. Ashley, we wish you the best of luck on your dieting,
RFJK Junior.
RFJK Junior
Yes,
diet.
yes.
Um, I hope your sons survive the diet.
Yeah.
Um, I'm sure they'll get a little break when they go to school because they'll be able to eat whatever not in front of you.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Hayden's already
um,
said, "So, am I allowed to, like, go to McDonald's and get a cheeseburger at lunch?" I'm like, "Hayden, no." Okay, obviously, I know they're gonna do whatever they want when they're not
but
around me. Totally get
yeah,
that. But I'm not paying for them to do any of
I
that.
was just going to
So,
say, but how is he going to get it?
see, but this is what little tricky kids do. My kid, he likes to gamble, so we'll see if any of his parlays hit so he could get himself some McDonald's this week for lunch. So ridiculous. They're crazy. I mean, it's a good thing we did not move to Vegas with you because I think my kids would be trying to figure out how to get over to gamble. It's a sad thing.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for swapping with us. We'll
Thanks.
see you next time.